welcome to my channel. I'm Anna. I run an Etsy shop where I sell stationery including stickers aimed at planners and journals and various other art related items. If you're a stationery addict like me, don't forget to subscribe and welcome to my channel. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be about something that I feel quite strongly about and really believe in, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. And as you will have seen from the title of the video, that is art therapy, or creativity in general, really, as therapy or just a way to cope with life, I guess. So to start with, a quick Google and a quick definition of what art therapy is, if you've never heard of it before. So the professional, I suppose, definition of art therapy is a structured form of psychotherapy that utilises creative activities, and it helps individuals process complex emotions, reduces distress and improves mental well-being without requiring prior artistic skill. Rather than focusing on the aesthetic quality of the artwork, art therapy focuses on the process of creation and the feelings, thoughts and memories it brings to the surface. So that, I suppose, in a sense would be more professional art therapy, something that you would need to go see someone for. When I say art therapy, I'm talking about the kind of therapy that you can do by yourself. I am a strong believer that creativity is not the solution to everything, but a solution to a lot of things. And the worst part of that is I find a lot of people don't even believe that they can be creative. And it's not true. Everyone is creative in their own way. And anytime I have mentioned to someone that I draw, or anyone has come across my shop or spoken to me about it, normally I get the same response: I don't have a creative bone in my body. You're so lucky. And the truth is that everyone has a creative bone in their body. They just come in different shapes. Mine is shaped like drawing, painting, designing, gardening, cooking, and maybe yours just takes a different shape. There are so many different forms of art. They aren't just painting and drawing. Art and creativity comes in so many different forms. Perhaps you prefer knitting or pottery, gardening, like I said, growing your own vegetables, cooking, makeup, hair, interior design. The list is endless. As long as you're creating something, you are creating art in your own way. And you just need to discover where your creative bone is and what shape it is. And I really think that once we find that, lots of things fall into place for us, but mostly life just becomes a little bit easier, because we can't stop bad things from happening. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, learning how to knit tomorrow is going to make your life super easy all the time. It's not, but it will make it easier to cope with life when life is difficult. You know, when a relationship ends and you can spend the evening knitting or throwing pottery or drawing or creating music, and that brings you comfort, then that creativity is helping. I have lent a lot on my creativity over the last few years for various different reasons, and I have absolutely no idea how I would have coped without it. And it makes me sad to think that other people don't have that, and not only that, they don't even believe that they can. But you definitely can. You just need to find the one that's for you, and you definitely don't need to be good at it. It just needs to bring you comfort. You just need to enjoy it. You just need to find that thing that you get lost in, or helps you calm down, or even just distracts you for a minute when life is just painful. But yeah, you just have to find that thing that makes you feel alive. And not only will it help with hard days, but I have found that my creativity has helped my self-esteem a lot. My self-esteem has changed in general since I've turned 30. I think it just does with age, because you just care a lot less about what other people think, which is obviously a big factor in self-esteem. But also for me, having something that isn't related to the way that I look as a woman, my weight, my hair, my face, my skin, has been life-changing for me. I find so much confidence in my art, and I know I'm not the best artist in the world. I don't need to be. I just love it, and knowing that no one can take that away from me. Doesn't matter how many times you tell me I've got a double chin, or, you know, I've put a few pounds on, or, you know, I'm starting to look a little bit old. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me at all, as long as I can draw and I can create and I can do the things that I love. I could not care less what I look like anymore. And I don't care what other people have to say about me, because I don't really know how to explain it, but I have that to stand on. I have this thing that I'm proud of, that I love doing, and no one can take it away. And that's something that you will also gain from finding your creativity. You know, you will start off at step 1, as everyone does, and you will get frustrated with it, just like everyone does. But eventually you will reach a point where you crochet and you finish that pattern that you never thought you'd be able to do. Or you play that song from start to finish on the piano that you never thought that you would be able to play. And it will make you feel so much better, because the confidence that you gain from that, the pride that you gain from that, and the happiness can't be taken away, because it was never given to you by anybody else. It came from you, it is part of you, and now it always will be. You know, aside from, you know, gouging my eyes out and cutting my arms off, you know, there's not really much you can do to take away my ability to create. I'd rather you didn't do that, please, but you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no one has told you that you're good at piano. You learnt how to play, you did it, and now you get to enjoy the benefits of that. You get to come back to the piano anytime that life feels hard and you need it. You get to enjoy the fact that you worked at a skill and now you're good at something that lots of other people can't do. It's just a part of life that I think everyone should have. But yeah, I am not sure if this video has made any sense, but I really hope that whoever is listening to this will perhaps go off now and find their creative spark, or pick up an old one that they haven't had time for because life is busy. But you know, we should definitely all try our best to keep creativity in our lives as much as possible. Take time out to do something just because. I've definitely been guilty of that. I'm too busy for this, I'm too busy for that. But eventually you get to a point where you realise your life has become a very long list of things to do with not many breaks in between. And I find that if I set aside time for creativity, that my life doesn't feel like I'm doing the same thing every day. So that is my advice for this week. Find your creative bone discover what shape it is, and integrate it into your life as much as possible. But yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this video and watching my little painting of a honeybee jar. Not a honeybee jar, just a honey jar with honeybees on it. This is actually one of the very first paintings I did on Procreate when I got my iPad. I remember at the time thinking how bad it was and how amateur it looked, but looking back at it now, it's really not. It's just a nice honey jar, and who decides what looks amateur and what doesn't? But if you're interested at all, this print is actually available on my Etsy shop. I think it comes in 3 sizes. I can't quite remember. That's really bad, isn't it? But yeah. Look for your creativity, add creativity to your life, and I promise it will help. See you soon. Bye.